Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is Wednesday. We are in the middle of the week, the middle of the work week, I should say. And we are ready to get at it. This week, we have been talking about boundaries. Oh gosh, that's my topic today. We have been talking about sound balance. We've been talking about balance. So, before we move any further, I definitely just want to thank everyone who has been watching, commenting. Thank you so much. Your presence, your contribution, you letting me know that you are watching is amazing to me, and I am thankful and so appreciative of it. So, welcome to Morning Motivation. The purpose behind Morning Motivation is to get you or to encourage you not just to have to get up, but to want to get up in the morning, right? To um I'm sorry, but that you are here because you want to grow and begin to value who you are and where you are right now in your life, right? And so we are talking about things that are exciting you are finding the excitement in your life right now, right? And so I'm sorry, I'm just like so thrown off right now. So I apologize. But you are here because you are ready to make an impact, and that you're ready to impact other people. And so my name is Allysia Richardson, and I am a brand strategist and business coach. And what that means is I help you take your huge vision and simplify it, simplify the process to getting started. Two, help you get to the right people. And three, help give your vision a captivating look that it reaches your ideal audience. And so, as I mentioned already, that today we are going to be talking about boundaries. And so I've called today or titled it today, Where Are Your Boundaries? Okay, where are they? We're talking about balance, but we don't even know where our boundaries are. We talk about having them, the fact that boundaries is like this age old conversation. We know that we need boundaries, we know that they're important. However, we forget to implement them, or we choose not to implement them. And we're wondering why we are not in a place of peace. We're wondering why people are not respecting what we say. We're wondering why things are not going the way we feel that they should be going. And part of it is because you are not implementing the boundaries that protects you. Okay, that protects your schedule, that protects your peace, that protects your inner person, that protects your vulnerability, right? And so boundaries, again, it's an easy concept to understand. I don't know why I'm flipping that over, but it's an easy concept to understand. And again, for some reason we still don't have them, right? So boundaries are important. Let's go ahead and just jump into it. They're important. And one, because it protects us. It protects us as a whole. It protects you in your roles that you play as a wife, as a mother, as a coworker, as a business owner, as a family member, as a friend. It protects you, right? Those boundaries are important so that one, I just mentioned it, vulnerability, right? So I'm a huge fan of being vulnerable. We know that the expense of being vulnerable is that people have the ability to hurt us, but what we receive from being vulnerable is our ability to accept and also to gain things that we need, right? or in order to receive love, in order to receive help, in order to move far in life, right? We need vulnerability. However, one of the things that protects us while having vulnerability is setting boundaries. I don't feel like we value the importance of boundaries. I really don't. I feel like we think that it's a cliche word or it's a cliche action or whatever. It's cliche. And so we don't put an importance on what that boundary looks like. All right. And so another thing is it protects you from being misused. First of all, we put ourselves out there and we want to help other people, and we put these demanding things. We talked about this. We put demanding things on other people, or these put out these different perceptions, and we put ourselves in situations of where we were not asked to be in. But then when the person doesn't respond how we want them to respond, now it's they used me. Had you had boundaries on how you help people or how you go about giving resources and giving your time, had you had boundaries, you won't feel misused. Or you can use these things as being a way to actually pinpoint people who use people, who are leeches in your life. And and that's the next thing, is actually being able to eliminate those people. Because when you set boundaries, people who want to use you, and people who want to use you, right? Let's look at my hands. People who want to use you, they can't get past that boundary. And what do? They walk away because they know that they can't get to you unless you allow them, right? You got to move that boundary and allow them in that space, in that time, into that resource. So having boundaries protects you. That's number one. Right. Another thing is boundaries teach people to validate your voice. How many times have you said, man, I just don't feel like they value what I'm saying right now? Like I'm spitting straight knowledge. I'm giving them all of me, but they're not valuing what I have to say. They're not valuing my opinion, or they're not valuing like my voice. And I feel unheard. Well, maybe, friend, you may not have set those boundaries up. And so when we don't set boundaries up, we allow people to, again, access us and talk to us how they want to talk to us and treat us how they want to treat us. But if you got a boundary in place, then guess what? They can't do that again unless you allow them to. All right. Number 3, boundaries create unspoken standards, spoken and unspoken standards. So after you've been so consistent in your boundaries, like when people know, people already know, don't call me after, I'll say 9 o'clock. Like if you know you calling me not at 9 o'clock, you know I'm not picking the phone. That is a boundary. A boundary. And I say it here all the time. Call 911. If it's an emergency, I'm not the one to call. If you want me to, I don't know. All right, call 911. But don't call me after 9. That's it. But anyway, it's already a spoken and unspoken. It creates spoken and unspoken standards for you. And so people will begin to perceive you according to your boundaries that you have placed up. So if people aren't perceiving you the way you want them to, you need to probably take a look at those boundaries that you have, if you have any. All right. And number 4, boundaries give respect to who we are, our gifts, and our skills. I know my gift. My gift, one, is to speak into people's lives. My gift is to help people brand their business and get them to see, like, take their idea, right? People, we have these grand ideas, but when we sit down to actually go after them, it's hard to, like, man, well, what should I do? I don't know how to do that first step. What is the first step? It my gift is I can literally take that first step and take it all the way out to however long you want to take that out for, and grow what you want to grow, right? So I know my gifts. However, there's a boundary in place so that people cannot abuse that gift, that skill. Okay? All right. So, in order to establish boundaries, all right, so we're going to, if you need help establishing boundaries, look at your beliefs. What are your beliefs? What do you believe wholeheartedly that you just stand by? I don't care what nobody says, you stand by that. Right? Like my thing of going, don't call me after a certain time. I believe in rest. I believe in having my time. I believe in not allowing people to take up so much of my time in the day. And that's including my family here in the house. Like, I was that mom who, as soon as my boys started sleeping through the night, they slept in their own room. They did not sleep in the bed with us. Like, even if they had a bad dream, we might have done like, okay, come here, let's talk about it. You can sleep with us tonight, but we're going to have a talk about this in the morning. And the next time you're going to have to learn how to address your bad dreams on your own, right? I'm about building that self-help kind of thing, like, because you're not going to be with me your entire life, right? So that's like a belief of mine. And so I create my boundaries according to what I believe. I don't care what nobody else believes. This is my belief. And so people will get offended. People will be hurt. Why? Because you're not believing like them. You don't think like them, but they don't see the value in the uniqueness of that. Because I have different beliefs and core values, I'm able to bring a different perspective. And my perspective, because it's different, might teach you something. Same with you. Your beliefs and your core values bring a different perception. And so it could teach me something new. It teaches other people something new. That's why it's valuable, right? So having those core values. Another way of creating some boundaries is you need to look at your obligations, right? I always talk about the yes person who's always saying yes. Look at these obligations. Do they go with your purpose? Do they match what you believe? Do they, whatever it is, you need to begin to eliminate the obligations that you have set yourself up for. Because that could be another reason why your boundaries are not being met. Okay. I put here consequence. Now, just it's it's important for consequences. I didn't put this up. It's important for consequence. It's important for you to have boundaries, but it's equally important for you to have consequences to those who do not value your boundaries or don't show respect to your boundaries. Now, consequence does not mean evil, right? Consequence just means it's a response that you have in order to let that person know that you have disrespected a boundary. And that doesn't mean that you have to go off on them. No, it could just mean, okay, I'm going to put you on ice for a second. I say that a lot. I'm going to put you on ice because I have a boundary here and you're crossing it. So let me just put you over here. And that might mean I'm not talking to you for a moment. Or that might mean, I don't know, that, I don't know, you just don't have access to me because you have disrespected or you're not respecting my boundaries. And so this is the consequence. Okay? So that is what I have today. Again, I really, really want to thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far in the video, hallelujah. If you love talking about boundaries like me, I love boundaries. I love balance. I love everything that talks about having peace and freedom in your life, not being afraid to teach people how to treat you, not being afraid to walk in all of your power and all of who you are, the all of who God has made you to be. I love it. I love it. You cannot tell me nothing, right? And the fact that you're willing to grow and hear a different perspective, hearing my perspective and saying, oh, I can take that, or I can't, that's something I really don't really feel I need to take, being able to be mature and have those moments. Now, I do want to invite those who want to set boundaries to my plan your year for 2022, which is titled Do You in 2022. And in that course specifically, we talk about boundaries. And I go into, I'm always telling you how I just go into this very detailed way about having boundaries. What we talked about today is just kind of a broad one, but we actually sit and talk about how to actually set boundaries specific to your life inside of this class. Now, one thing I did not do is remember to add the link into this into the description. However, I will add it in a comment, hopefully. And then also on my Instagram, you already know to just go to the link in my bio. It is there. So, yeah, I'm excited. I want you guys to have an amazing day. You deserve everything that you have sown seeds for. That harvest is going to be great. Just you sitting here investing your time as a seed. And so you're going to see the harvest of that. Okay. So let's go. We're talking about balance this week. Enjoy the rest of your week. I will talk to you later tomorrow as we dig more into balance. Talk to you guys later.